Bonjour et bienvenue à Clipping Inn. C'est jeudi, le 16 octobre. Et aujourd'hui, j'ai une belle sortie pour vous. À peu près de 100 km dans les jolies collines de Denby. Maintenant, comme d'habitude, on y va. Yes, another shameless pitch for the international market. This time the Francophone Belgians. After that intro, they'll be dancing in the streets of Wallonie tonight. The downside, of course, is that there might be a kickback from the Flemish speakers. Can't have it always, can you? Well, today we are going for a ride around some of the little minor lanes and beautiful hills in the Denby area. The start of the ride pretty similar to the last one I posted, so I won't be filming too much. I'm just past the old High Hoyland church. I'm heading into High Hoyland itself, past the cherry tree, round the back of Cannon Hall, and then we'll start picking up some new ground for the channel. Bike behind. Aye. Turning off the A635, the Denby main road. And then after this odd little boxed in section, up the hill to Hoylandswaine. I've said before about this area that although it's relatively low lying, you can soon add up the climbs. Yeah, it's up, down, up, down, up, down, and yet you're not exposed to the weather as per Saddleworth, Home Moss, that kind of area. I mean, at the moment we're being eased into the second half of autumn. We've just passed it, haven't we? If you go by the Met Office autumn, which starts on the 1st of September. And the weather, apart from that one storm, been fairly benign. Some of the doom mongers are talking about a freezing weather event in about 7 or 8 days' time. You know, the online papers and so on, they love that kind of thing. Arctic blast will ravage Britain. I think it may be just a few degrees short of that. Climbing steadily, Hoylandswaine, left hand side of shot. that wasn't my phone ringing. So this is the low side of Hoylandswaine. You can see the little school there. Junction. Got to slow down, a bit blind. Left for us. Yeah. Now this, all that lovely height that we've gained, we're going to lose it now. And this drops us almost back down to Cawthorne and Cannon Hall again. And then I'll show you a different climb on a narrower, quieter road, one which has never been on the channel. It's on these descents, as the speed picks up, you can really feel now that autumnal chill. I think it was 8 Celsius this morning when I was getting ready. Maybe reached 9 degrees by 9:30. The forecast says we should hit 12, but with this anti-cyclonic gloom, there's not a lot of sunshine. It does feel just a little colder. But it's good enough. So we're looping back, passing that junction there that goes to Cannon Hall. So turning off the A635 again. This is a beautiful lane. I'm not sure what it's called, but at the top is Gunthwaite. It's one of these lanes that is narrow, but conversely you don't see a lot of traffic on it. Oh, this is lovely. Just tootling away. It's nice and calm today. Even the wind turbines have been shut down. Gunthwaite Lane. Can be confusing this because you sort of feel as if you're cutting through a farm courtyard. Gunthwaite Hall, which is just back from there, has got a bit of age to it. I don't know much about the history at all, but on the trusty Ordnance Survey maps, it's marked as being an ancient building, so something to look up at your leisure. You can see the surface is a little challenging in places. But as a reference, I've got 25mm road tyres and I'm fine with it. Over a railway bridge. Aye aye. Gravelists. I once did a sportive in France, and there was a marshal on the corner, and his sole job seemed to be shouting, "Gravillon, gravillon." Because 2 or 3 of the front group had gone down on gravel washed out by fresh rain. Even though the corner had been swept, they'd hit the ground hard. So I'm guessing they swept it again and just put this man Gravillon. So turning left off this main road onto some real teeny weeny lanes. Hello. You can just see popping out behind a tree, Home Moss Mast. once we crest this hill, we should get a fair view of Home Moss and the big aerial over there, right of centre. Hi. Yeah. And then we're going to drop down this little hill just after here and do a loop for the windmills. And here we have what's called a road closure. Go on, lad. Well, so, slight change of plan. The lap of the windmills will have to be modified. We can still do it. I'll drop onto the route of the Huddersfield Road Club Hilly time trial that I did all those years ago. Victoria Crossroads ahead. Left here. Main road. Milhouse Green, Royd Lane. And we'll get to the windmills that way. Approaching Milhouse Green now. We join the main road for a very short distance and then it's left up Royd Lane. Well, that's a hard way to get a coffee.
You usually sneak there, can't you?
They usually don't mind, but you know, even sometimes I've walked through and they don't mind. But no.
Nice day for it.
Aye. Nice day, so it doesn't matter a few extra mile. Well, that was an interesting little ride with Graham from Scotland, but has been Yorkshire resident for 10 years. I'm sure that's pushed my average speed up a bit. And regular viewers will know now, I've just left Upper Cumberworth, heading towards Lower Cumberworth. Slightly dodgy road surface, but left of centre is where we're heading. Aye, aye. So there we have some of the delights of Denby Dale, and plenty more where those came from. Yes, been a super 60 miler, I think. And it's important to remember that, right, we're halfway through October, but there's still lots of great cycling to be had. You know, it's far too early to say, whoa, I want, wait till the sun comes out, roll on summer 2026. Far too early. I think, yeah, you get a long sleeve jersey, some leg cover, gloves if you want, and saddle up and get out there on the Yorkshire roads, or other roads are available. That's all for this edition of Clipping In. See you very soon back out on the Yorkshire roads. Bye bye.